this is me, Ruowen Huang. I've been wanting to do this broadcast since the morning, but I guess, Aaron take a big hold of me. So anyway, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. This broadcast is not so much about talking about serious topic with you guys. It's more about something I heard on the radio today, and I thought it's kind of funny. So I thought I kind of brought it up and discuss with you all, and what do you think? So this morning, I usually sleep in, but this morning is one of those days I decided to wake up earlier in the morning, right? And drove my daughter to school. So when I was driving my daughter to summer school, all of a sudden I heard this radio talking about, do you know what's the most, the most reason for women to have an affair? And sure enough, it caught my attention, right? I started listening to it, and then, it was a two hosts talking to one another. And then eventually they reveal the answer. They say, well, the reason for women to have an affair is if their man is being stingy. Honest with you, I got no idea what stingy really means, right? So, but then the other host say, well, does that mean cheap? Like they are cheap? That word I do understand. So it's like, so the host tried to justify, say, no, cheap just being cheap, just altogether, But it's like stingy, the way that he described it is saying, it's like you have money, but you don't want to, you justify how to use your money. You know what I mean? That you're always justifying how to use money. So when I listened to that, right, I got a little bit curious. I said, really? That's the most reason why women having affair? So sure enough, they got to deeper conversation. The other host obviously didn't quite agree, saying, well, why would you think that? Why would? And then the male host is basically saying, well, when the man, like he said, he could understand that. And he explained that. He say, well, when women together with men, they sometimes like to feel special, right? And I really have to say it's not just women. I think men in relationships like to feel special too. So just in this particular case, they use woman as example. In the relationship, sometimes like maybe woman would like to go for vacation or something, and then their man would say, well, no, we have to consider this or consider that, be a little bit more cautious about that. So when they're always doing this, it seems to demonstrate it to their woman, like they are not as important to them. Like whatever they consider is way more important. So due to that sense of lack of importance, right, that I am insignificant to you, that's how they draw themselves to other men seeking for validation. I would say in this case is seeking for validation. So sure enough, when it got to this discussion, it started to get my interest, right? It makes sense. As much as I feel the need, I have to fight for both sides or whatever, I do have to say it makes sense. The reason it makes sense, I'm not saying just about money. I can see that. What I'm saying is when the guy started to explain that, I start to see that. Because I think when we are in a relationship, in any relationship, boy or girl, you all want to feel some kind of special. I'm special to you. That's why I'm with you, right? Men very often seek for that kind of importance through being served or being, their opinion taking as first consideration and things like that. While women, in the other hand, I guess if they tend to give in and things like that, and then they seeking for some kind of reward back, right? So I have to say, we do grow up in a society that continues seeking for validation to value our own self-worth. So sure enough, when I come back, I share this, interesting conversation with my husband, right? And he was saying, well, you didn't think that, did you? Because my husband is very careful with his money, right? So if you want to qualify him as a stingy, he could qualify that. You know what I mean? So he said, you didn't think that, did you? I said, the reason I feel interested or I feel the need to come up and talk to you is I did. I did feel that, right? And the reason I did feel that is, I guess women do in somewhere in relationship, whether you're material or not material, you want to feel like you are important or you are special to your other half. So if you never been, everybody got different love language. There are books telling you everybody got different love language, right? So if you never been acknowledged or you never received a recognition or things like that, you will start to think or believe yourself that maybe I'm not as important to you. And if you are convinced I'm not as important to you, it's only human nature to seek for the suitable mate. Does that make sense? But I say, I no longer feel that way. And then what got me interested about this whole topic, to think about why I no longer feel this way. Since when it started changing. In exactly what point, I don't care. I don't care if my man is stingy or not. My husband is really not that bad. So I have to clarify for him. He's really not that bad. But, everybody's careful with money. And I'm all grateful he is actually careful with money. Otherwise, with me, I was before, I'm probably a bit reckless, right? So I say, in some point in change, when does it change? Is when I start to notice my value. Somewhere along this psychic journey, I start to realize my value is not depending on any validation of others. Does that make sense? And then I do have my own saving. I do have the money that I'm able to maneuver myself if I want to treat it for myself. You know what I mean? So at that point, if I really want to buy something nice, I don't wait for my husband to approval to get it for me. I can simply just go ahead and get it for myself if I really want it, right? In this case, I cut down that expectation in between us, and I simply am a stand-alone woman that doesn't require any approval or validation from anyone, right? So that's what I say. It's interesting topic for me because I feel I've been experienced both sides. I can totally see why some women have the need having affair, but really, as my point of view, my personal opinion is the one who will have an affair anyway. It doesn't really matter you're stingy or not. If I don't believe changing the behavior all of you will help you find, the right person. I seriously believe the person have the tendency to cheat, to have affair. They do have internal issue, which I do see in a lot of my clients. They do have the issue of seeking love, like they cannot feel love. So if they don't have that relationship in their own personal relationship, or maybe they no longer feeling it, they have a need to continue seeking for other people's love, right? So in this regard, it really have nothing to do with money. But I thought I'd do the broadcast just so brought it up, let you guys think about what do you think? Like, what do you think about it? Would you cheat if your man is being stingy about money to you? If so, why? If not, why? Right? Or if you agree with me, the one who will cheat will always cheat anyway. But anyway, just wanted this broadcast to come up and have a little light talk with you. If you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I talk to you guys next time. Bye.